There will never be another. The smile. The style. The power. The grace. The athleticism. The hero. He is Seattle Mariners baseball. He is Ken Griffey Jr., Mariners icon.
Another Griffey piece of magic. They're going to win it in. I don't believe it.
The city of Seattle fell in love with Ken Griffey Jr. from day one. He ignited a fan base, garnered national attention for the Northwest, and became one of the greatest players in baseball history, all while wearing a Mariners uniform. This show is a tribute to what the kid meant to Seattle, his impact on baseball, and of course, his accomplishments on the field. Given his baseball pedigree, fans knew he had the talent, and Ken Griffey Jr. didn't disappoint.
Well hit ball deep to center field. Going and going. Goodbye, baseball. Number 398 for Ken Griffey Jr.
Jr. spent 22 years in the big leagues. His career spanned 4 decades and included a 9-year tenure with the Cincinnati Reds and 1 season with the Chicago White Sox. But Jr. belongs to Seattle, having spent 13 seasons with the Mariners. The final career totals look like this: 2,781 hits, 630 home runs. Jr. made 13 All-Star teams, won 10 Gold Gloves, and 7 Silver Slugger Awards. In 1997, he was the best player in the American League, a 4-time home run champ and a 3-time home run derby winner. And to think it all started with this hit.
And that ball is belted. Ken Griffey Jr.
The first road trip that we went on, he had a double off of Dave Stewart for his first major league hit. And what people forget is that he went 0 for the rest of the trip. He didn't get another hit in Oakland. We went to Chicago, never got a hit. So we're sitting in the clubhouse after the game. We're getting ready to fly back to Seattle. And he's sitting there and he's like, created a ball. It's killing him. He's 19 years old. I'm never going to get another hit in this league again. And I'll never forget Alvin Davis putting his arm around him. Me and Alvin are talking to him and says, kid, you're going to get a lot of hits. The next day we fly back to Seattle. He hits a home run his first at bat.
Swung on it, belted, deep to left field, held to the track, the wall, fly away. Welcome to Seattle, Ken Griffey Jr.
I never saw a 19-year-old player that loaded with talent. I mean, he could hit, he had power, he could run, and was a great center fielder.
Junior on the run, diving, yes, he caught the ball. He left center field, an unbelievable grab.
He reminded me of Willie Mays in my era, who was still considered one of the top 3 or 4 baseball players that ever played. But Ken Griffey Jr. just was acrobatic. I mean, he made great throws. I can remember him in the old Kingdome turning and running with his back to the infield and making over-the-head catches.
No one could track down a ball like Griffey, but it was the sweet swing that became the envy of most players and the most emulated in backyards and Little League fields across the U.S. As a rookie, Griffey posted a .264 batting average, but that was just the tip of the iceberg.
I have memories of Gene Klein, our hitting coach at the time. One of his techniques or a tool that he used to try to help Junior propel him to that next level was, at that time there was an argument between whether or not Barry Bonds or Ken Griffey Jr. was the most gifted player, the best player in baseball. And so Gene Klein, he bought one of those Barry Bonds, almost like a caricature t-shirt, and he would wear that around the clubhouse. And that bothered Junior to no end. You know, he wanted his hitting coach to think of him as the best player in baseball, and it worked. You know,
The game came relatively easy when you watch him play, but I remember early batting practice, 2 o'clock, every day. He did this for 2-3 years. The first 4 years I played with him, every day he was at the park hitting early.
In his second major league season, Griffey hit 300. In fact, he posted an average of 300 or better for 5 straight seasons and earned 3 of his Silver Slugger awards.
Anytime that you look at Junior, especially what we've seen in the past from all of the steroid issues, the HGH, all the things that have gone on in baseball, you're talking about, number one, a clean player, number two, a Hall of Fame player, and number three, he did it with style.
And with a sense of humor. Griffey seemed to always wear a smile and have a little something up his sleeve. Or in the case of one spring training episode, a little something in Lou Pinella's office. We'll get the full story next. Plus, the 1995 season saved baseball in Seattle. Take a closer look at Junior's role and heroic comeback.
Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit.
I can't imagine one that had more impact on the franchise. No, that was the first time, and first time was very, very special.
Throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it.
Pitch from back to Swagger.
There it goes. See you later. Upper deck. Griffey is tied to Major League record. Holy cow, the kid has done it.
Fastball swing and a drive deep to left center field. Way back. Goodbye, baseball. Junior clapping as he makes the turn around first base.
Well, Junior was a big kid, and I think everybody knows that. It's been, publicly, I mean, he just liked to have fun. A great athlete, always had energy. I don't know if I ever saw the guy down.
Ken Griffey Jr. played the game with childlike enthusiasm. He can find fun in anything. In fact, one of the biggest pranks he ever pulled came as a direct result of a spring training batting practice session against up-and-comer Rafael Soriano.
So Junior's in there, and he's swinging through fastball, and he's looking back going, man, this kid's got a good arm. And Lou's standing back there laughing, he says, I'll tell you what, Junior, I'll bet you a steak dinner you can't make contact. He's a contact. He's like, you swung through 4. You're not going to make contact. So he throws 2 more, swings through, and the last one fouls it off. And it's like we were having a parade because Junior made contact. Well, the next day, we're in the weight room. We're doing some cardio work, and all of a sudden you get this buzz like something's going on. And Henry Ginzali's walking around. He's got this smirk on his face. A couple of clubhouse guys are like, you're not going to believe what's going on. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, can't tell. And Lou opens his door up, and there's this 1,500-pound steer in there. It's got crap all over it. There's horse flies everywhere, buzzing around his office. And Junior just, straight faces, hey, here's my bet. I lost my bet. Here's your steak dinner, Skip.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s personality was infectious, but it was his talent that captured the imagination. Players across Major League Baseball felt awestruck at Griffey and marveled at his superhuman ability.
He was like our Michael Jordan in baseball. That guy was unbelievable, the catch that he made and the way that he was crashing walls.
The talent every day that he went out and played with was just incredible. I tell a lot of young guys, if you guys could have seen Ken Griffey Jr. in the early 90s, the mid 90s, it was very special, very special.
He's very young at heart, and he's the most talented guy I've ever played with. I mean, he I remember was hurt for good weeks, couldn't take batting practice, couldn't do anything. He was probably not supposed to play that night because he was in his tracksuit, and someone called down. It was a tight game. We'd run out of players and said, ask Griff if he even thinks he can play. Wasn't even in uniform. And he goes, I'll pitch hit. Comes up, no BP, no nothing. First pitch he sees, game winner, walk-off home run. I mean, the guy, I can't even fathom somebody being able to do that.
Teammates never grew tired of his on-field feats and knew there could be surprises around every corner or in every clubhouse.
In 1999, my rookie year when I got called up, we were in Minnesota, and we were just all sitting in the clubhouse, and Junior was sitting over there, and he was like, yeah, I got a visitor coming in. I'm like, oh yeah, he didn't say it was, and in walks Tiger Woods. I'm like, unbelievable. So that was Tiger. I mean, Junior introduced all of us to Tiger, and that was, you know, one of my greatest clubhouse moments right there.
Honestly, man, if it wasn't for Griffey, I don't think baseball would be what it is, especially for the African Americans. And I really think he saved the baseball in Seattle and younger players growing up. And I mean, he was one of the best players to ever play this game, and I really miss him.
We'll hear from some of those players coming up, and we look at how Griffey impacted the Mariners' magical run in 1995 and his MVP year in 1997.
Last year I bet Lou a steak dinner that I couldn't hit the next ball out in batting practice. I lost, so I had a live cow delivered to his office. This year, we went for the rack of lamb. Boy, I sure hope he's hungry.
Fastball hit in the air to right center field and deep. Ken Griffey Jr. leaps. Does he have it? Yes, he does. An incredible catch. Holy mackerel. Even Johnson is dumbfounded. Griffey is hurt, though. He is hurt. He may have broken his wrist.
Catches like that made Ken Griffey Jr. a household name, but it also resulted to a trip to the DL in May of 1995. His return 3 months later was impressive, and what followed was spectacular and unpredictable.
That year in '95 when he got hurt, I mean, he came back much sooner than anybody expected. And then when he came back, you didn't know exactly how he'd do it. He didn't miss a beat.
Shortly after returning to the lineup, Junior helped spark the Mariners' miraculous comeback in late August.
There goes Joey. The pitch swung off at Nelson. Deep to right field. The Mariners have done it. Fly away. Junior with a 2-run home run. And the Mariners have got the 8th inning ape off their back. They were 0 for 43. Junior's 2-run home run. The Mariners win it 9-7. Dave, this is a comeback of all comebacks in the history of this franchise.
It's still gifted. And he said, and he smiled and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I go, "No, you're not." And he said, "Yeah, really, I'm sorry." I said, "No, you're not. I don't want you to be sorry." I said, this is, we did battle and you won.
Seattle went on to win 25 of their remaining 36 games, including a one-game playoff against the Angels that set up a meeting against the Yankees in the American League Division Series.
He adapted to the spotlight the day he showed up in camp the very first, when they drafted him. He always loved the spotlight, and this was, the spotlight.
Deep to right field. Oh, baby. Put it on the scoreboard. The kid has done it again. That is the 5th home run of this series for Griffey. It ties the record for the most in any postseason series. Back drifts Griffey. Back to the track. There will be a game 5 in Seattle.
The Mariners rallied from 2 games down to force a deciding Game 5 and the most memorable play in franchise history.
They would take a fly ball. They would lob a base hit into the gap, and they could win it with Junior speed to stretch. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Edgar Martinez. Swung on and lined down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my.
And I was looking for Junior. I was just watching him, and once I saw him halfway, or just one almost 3/4 to third base, I know it's over. He's going to score. He had great instincts, and out of first base, he knew he wanted to score.
He stepped on it. I mean, by the time I looked up and, past the third baseman, and I said, I got to go. And rounding second, I happened to look out in the outfield, and he still ain't got there. And once I got past third, and I saw Alex slide. I started sliding, and I realized he ain't got the ball yet. And that's when it hit me that it's over.
The Mariners lost to the Cleveland Indians in the ALCS, but the late run was enough to rejuvenate a fan base and save baseball in Seattle. The enthusiasm around the team led to financing for a new stadium. The house that Junior built opened as Safeco Field in 1999.
That's the year that was really the turning point, saved baseball in Seattle, and why we are here today.
The man that not only put the Seattle Mariners on the map, but the man that helped save baseball in the Northwest.
His contributions to Seattle baseball are for forever, cemented in stone, no doubt about it.
Without a doubt, the man who built Safeco Field.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The reason why we're able to stand here in Seattle and talk about baseball is because of what that man, Ken Griffey Jr., did and meant to this city.
The legacy only grew over time. Junior was recognized as the best player in the game. And after missing most of the 95 season with a broken wrist, Junior played a full season in 96. He set career highs in home runs and RBI, but finished 4th in the MVP voting. In 1997, Junior dominated the competition.
Well hit ball, and this one is going to be out of sight. Goodbye, baseball. Junior, upper deck right field. Holy smoke, that's about 7 rows back.
He's the best player in baseball as far as I was concerned. And, yeah, he could do it all. There wasn't anything he couldn't do.
Junior was on pace to break Roger Maris's single-season record of 61 home runs, but settled for a career-high 56. In addition, he drove in 147 runs. He posted a batting average of .304 and a slugging percentage just under .650.
It was fun for me to come to the ballpark, pencil his name in the 3 spot in the lineup, and watch him play.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and belted. Deep to right center field. Fly away.
There was no equal to Junior that season. He earned every first-place MVP vote, which was really just a formality after the season he put together.
He challenged himself to be the best, and in 1997, he didn't need the hardware. Everybody knew it.
Griffey was a role model and an inspiration to an entire generation of players who grew up watching the kid in his prime. Still to come, hear from major leaguers impacted by the kid and discover how Ken wants his career to be remembered.
Hey, Ichiro, grab a seat.
Okay.
I may joke around, but I really think it's great that we get a chance to play together.
I agree.
It really means a lot to me.
Me too.
By the way, I put glue on that chair.
Of course you did.
Mariners baseball. Believe big.
Griffey made a tremendous impact on baseball and the lives of baseball fans everywhere. We heard from quite a few Northwest fans about their favorite Griffey moments, and several were willing to share pictures and memorabilia with us. It's clear the fans love Junior as much as he loves Seattle. Junior retired from baseball in 2010 at the age of 40. At that point in his career, he joked about being high mileage. But in the 90s, there was none better than Junior, which is why an entire generation of players grew up wanting to be just like the kid.
My favorite one was Ken Griffey. When I was a little kid, I remember watching him play on TV. And I really love that guy, the way he plays, the center field, the way he hit, the way he ran, everything about him.
Ken Griffey Jr. was the biggest guy in the Northwest, not only in the Northwest, but in baseball that everyone tried to emulate, more so than Barry Bonds or anybody else. I mean, he was the guy. And to actually see myself come and play in a position that he did, I always, wanted to be like him, but I don't think I was ready for it at that time.
He was a guy that I always tried to hit like, wanted to make highlight plays like, and he seemed to always either be the lead on the sports shows or somewhere in the middle, and he always had a homer streak, it seemed, every year.
I mean, he's got an impact on the game in the US, but also internationally he had a big impact on the game. He was one of those handful of guys that in Australia you can you know, who you'd follow and watch, and he was like one of my heroes growing up. And you know, to come in and face him, you know, my first career hitter and then my first career striker, is something that, you know, I can tell my grandkids.
Yeah, my brother and I, we used to grow up watching games, and I remember being in the backyard playing wiffle ball with my brother, and we'd try to emulate his swing all the time. And you know, he was just he's got a beautiful swing. It's one that you know, you can kind of put on a postcard.
Ken was one of our idols when we were coming out of high school. He had the natural swing, you know, tried to emulate his career, but Ken was just too good.
Started as a little kid, man. Griff knows, you know, I got a chance to play with him in Chicago. And I had pictures of that guy on my wall when I was a little kid. And then to finally have that opportunity to play with him in Chicago for that half year, I mean, what a great guy, man. I mean, loves life. I mean, almost acts like he's 19.
I would say for the age group from about 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds on down, you know, he was the guy. And to get a chance to play against him, see him play for as long as he has, see him play with his dad, all these different things that he's done that very few people are going to get a chance to do here on out. And his legacy, I think, is going to remain for a very long time.
What a play by Ken Griffey Jr.
That legacy lives on in the stats he produced during his 22-year big league career. But really, it's impossible to measure just what Junior means to the city of Seattle, the fans of the Northwest, and the game of baseball. He truly is Ken Griffey Jr., Mariners icon.
Swung on and belted. Welcome to Seattle, Ken Griffey Jr. Makes the leap, and does he make the catch? He does! Father and son have hit back-to-back home runs. Long run, Griffey reaches up at the wall, and he makes the catch. Holy cow, the kid has done it! The throw to the plate will be late. Fly away! The all-time Billy Joe! The house that Griffey built, everybody on their feet.
How do you want to be remembered?
He gave everything he had. That's it. Not, you know, the greatest of this, he had fun playing baseball.